Three large adult lions spotted a young male wandering into their territory in search of food. The three lions pounced on the intruder, counting on easy prey. But this young lion, with a still small mane, was able to take out all three rivals at once. He fought so fiercely that the three men eventually let him go. Although the young lion had to get away, he saved his life fighting the three lions, a real feat. Today, we are going to show you other episodes in which animals underestimated their opponents. When a cat is sunbathing, it should not be disturbed. Look at this furry wizard, but this cat has claws, and he's not afraid to let them go. When two dogs walked by, they shouldn't have bothered the cat. He was patient for a few seconds, but then got up and threw one of his attackers into the pool. This is an effective solution to communication problems. Tigers are mostly solitary, so they usually react aggressively to strangers in their territory. But sometimes attacking an intruder is a bad idea. This tiger is a powerful immature predator at the height of his power, so he was sure he could teach the intruder he spotted in the bushes a painful lesson. But the bushes concealed most of the body of the invading tiger, who turned out to be no smaller or weaker than the attacking predator. This began a spectacular fight between two fierce rivals. The tiger managed to sneak up on the intruder and attack him, but he defended himself impressively. An exchange of crushing blows began, some of which hit the muzzles of both opponents. The attacker clearly did not expect such a reaction and counted on a quick victory and escape from the intruder, but to no avail. The cats clashed, their growls echoing for miles, and one or the other had its advantages. Finally, the tiger, defending its territory, succeeded in flipping the intruder onto its back, but it was too early to celebrate his victory. His enemy had a sly trick. He clawed his enemy's head, drew him to himself, and started to strike him on the face with his back paws. As a result, the tigers separated. Both predators survived without serious injury, and this fight will be remembered for a long time. The aggressor even managed to defend his territory. His scratched muzzle will remind him for a while that even if you are a strong tiger, you shouldn't sneak up on an equally powerful cousin. Here, the elephant wants to show his younger cousin who is the boss in the neighborhood. Except that one thing is scattering helpless hyenas before such a giant and quite another, fighting someone at his own weight. The young elephant is only slightly smaller than the aggressor. His smaller size and lack of combat experience are more than compensated for by his youthful fervor and incredible fury. At first, it seems that he shows no excitement about the fight and retreats. But the first surprise passed the attack of the experienced male, and the young elephant immediately took the initiative. A battle ensued between almost equal opponents, an incredibly cinematic sight. The earth shakes from the collision of these two giants. Elephants combine incredible strength with elegance. When they fight with their fangs, they look like fencing masters. Their opponents are very precise and cunning in their strikes. They use the trunk too, but more as a defensive weapon with which the adversaries try to intercept the other's fangs in their attack. This is mixed with an exchange of crushing blows, attacking tactics, and maneuvers in which the elephants try to throw the opponent off, whitewash him, find a good angle to attack, or take the enemy by surprise. Although a veteran elephant with decades of fighting experience, he should not have underestimated his young opponent, who also has something to surprise the old man. Interestingly, his fight seems pretty noble, yes. The opponents spare no effort or surrender. They fight fiercely and use their strength 100%. And one of them will attack a rhinoceros or hippopotamus, also heavyweights. though inferior to an elephant by almost half. All that will be left of them is a wet spot on the floor. But at the same time, elephants do not use what we would call dirty tricks. The aggressor did not try to attack suddenly, did not hit his opponent in the side or back with the sharp end of his tusks when the elephant was not ready for it. Why do you think this happens? Share your opinion in the comments. The elephants collide with each other with their heads, attacking with their powerful and strong fronts, trying to knock each other down. They raise huge clouds of dust, and then comes the real climax of the battle. A powerful lunging attack with its fangs, to which the defending beast responds by crossing them with its own and misses. The tusk breaks off and a piece flies off to the side. It seems epic, but after that moment, the fight suddenly falls silent. Oddly enough, even with adrenaline running through their veins and natural aggression, elephants manage to control their impulses and stop in time. The fight ends without fatal consequences for the opponents. The rivals scatter in different directions. The young elephant stands up to the ferocious aggressor, but there is no clear winner here. This is because elephants avoid taking the life of their fellow elephant until the last moment. Respectable, isn't it? The 4 hunting dogs saw the lizard and immediately pounced on the reptile, but clearly underestimated their adversary, most of whose body was hidden by the muddy water. The lizard proved to be much tougher than the predators thought. When it fought back, it turned out that the reptile was about 1.5 times as long as any of the dogs, but there were 4 of them, and they were aggressive. Especially that the dogs continued to attack on their own territory. Well, that's your fault. The lizard uses water as its main shelter. It submerges itself under the seaweed and becomes virtually invisible. Still, you have to admit that the dogs were very brave, and one of them jumped into the water after the monster, while the others patrolled the shore, but to no avail. They could not subdue the lizard. The dogs chased the reptile for a long time, until the lizard got bored. The reptile made a lightning bolt toward the side, probably accidentally wagged his tail and slapped one of the dogs, or maybe the slap was part of a defensive tactic, or he was just showing the dogs how much he despised them. What do you think of that? Answer in the comments. The largest land animals on the planet are elephants, which can weigh more than 5 tons, the height of a 1-story house, a body as long as a shuttle bus, tusks as tall as a human. This is something impressive. It looks huge, and a powerful male the size of a house simply has no worthy rivals in a one-on-one fight. Look how cozy this elephant is among a huge herd of angry and ruthless hippos. These animals are fiercely territorial and hate intruders. There are so many hippos gathered here, a whole army, but the elephant doesn't care. He wants to take a bath and enter the water. And when the hippo dares to attack the elephant, he does so from behind. The hippo's main weapon is its jaws, capable of sinking a motorboat. These beasts don't look that huge compared to the elephant, but trust us, hippos are incredibly strong, and their battering ram attack can topple a van. Besides, biting the elephant's tail and legs is a well-calculated plan, isn't it? However, the hippo underestimated his opponent. The elephant simply kicked the hippo underwater, and the 3-ton attacker was nearly thrown backwards. The hippo does not calm down and tries to attack again. It opens its mouth wide and wants to sink its sharp tusks into the elephant's body to pierce its skin. But another hard kick forces the hippo to give up completely. After receiving a good beating, he resigns. The adult elephant seems to have no worthy rivals. The hyena is a rather large predator that often outnumbers the nimble leopard. They are also sociable animals and prefer to attack in groups as much as possible. Not only do they hunt that way, but they also attack their rivals, and that's exactly what happened here. Two hyenas attacked a leopard that had just hunted an ungulate. The cat tried its best and was tired. Suddenly, there were two enemies, one of which could be a threat. They tried to reach out and grab him with their crushing and strong jaws. The leopard had to back up, but the hyenas didn't know who they were facing. The leopard is a cunning and clever animal, not afraid of difficulties. He ran away, but immediately hid in a thicket of tall, dense grass. The hyenas caught their prey and let it go, not trying to chase the leopard. So one of them went right at him, and when the spotted predator took little respite, counterattacked. There was a real battle of attitudes. The leopard pounced on the hyena and it had to flee. Although a bite from its jaws can shatter bone, the scavenger does not want to feel the powerful blows of the leopard's muscular paws on its muzzle. But it doesn't run away for good. It has support again, its partner, and together they put pressure on the leopard to get away again. The hyena's numerical advantage is their only trump card. The leopard has shown his opponent that he is not afraid of one-on-one combat. He undermines his opponent's appetite, showed that he was not worth messing with, but he did not want to bring the fight to a deadly conclusion, because even if he had killed one hyena, surely another would have reached. Here, the hyena is trying to scare off the leopard. As you can see, even though they are both more or less in the same weight class, the approaching enemy has not impressed the panther. The leopard is kind of dismissive of the hyena, approaching cheekily and sideways, as if pretending to attack, but hesitating, aware of the danger. When the hyena thought she could intimidate the leopard with her mere presence, it was clear that she did not understand who she was up against. The leopard has not forgotten how cunning hyenas are when it comes to using their numerical superiority and attacking their opponents. As soon as the leopard saw a solitaire full of prey in its teeth, the cat knew what to do. Enraged, it pounced on its enemy to teach it a painful lesson. The spotted cat seemed completely unconcerned about its prey. It deliberately pounced on the hyena, scratching it, grabbing it with its fangs, trampling it, and crushing any resistance. Now the hyena will think twice before trying to steal and take away the cat's food. At least it will no longer walk around here without the support of the pack. Although the hyena tried to defend itself, it ran too far in panic. The leopard grabbed the abandoned prey and jumped into the tree before the hyena's fangs could reach it. In the end, the leopard was unharmed and had a delicious lunch, while the battered hyena is forced to return hungry with its own. Such agility and speed of the speckled panther deserves your likes, doesn't it? When a group of wildlife researchers saw a giraffe's head among the tall vegetation, they didn't wait to see who would come out to meet them. This is a true master of original and elegant stage characters. The giraffe appears from behind the trees, and several lionesses cling to its body from different sides, one on his back and several more under his feet, trying to hold on to his hooves. The situation seems extremely dangerous and terrifying, but look how easily the giraffe moves. Are you really bragging to people? Even with that kind of exertion, he walks without much effort. All attempts by the lionesses to stop and pounce on the giraffe are simply ignored. The lionesses obviously overestimate their strength, and this looks even more offensive. The hunters have no fangs and claws. They cause him more discomfort than mosquito bites, but the hunters don't give up, and for nothing. Later, it turns out that both stamina and physical strength of the giraffe are excellent. The lionesses roam next to the giraffe for a while, but it is clear that they don't have the strength to attack again. When lions gather to hunt, they are a force to be reckoned with, especially if females are joined by males. except that the rhinoceros is not the kind of animal that yields easily to even such foes. These huge herbivores may look sleepy and slow, but they are actually incredibly fast runners and aggressive fighters. Rhinos have poor eyesight, so that they can let a predator get too close to them. The lions must have thought that they scared the rhinos and that they were paralyzed with fear. The herbivores just saw the predators too late, but when they finally did, the fun began. The lions should not have sought litigation with these giants. Rhinos respond to any threat with a fierce and aggressive attack. A rhinoceros is more than 10 times heavier than an adult male lion, and a lioness is like a kitten to a rhinoceros. But these wildcats don't seem to realize the tremendous strength advantage that such a weighty herbivore provides. Well, rhinos will explain it to you. Lions attack their prey from different directions and they try to surround it, but they cause large clouds of dust. Rhinos are able to stop almost instantly and turn around for an impressive counterattack. Their main weapon is the horn. They have only one, but it is very long and sharp. A few scary blows from the bottom up can lift a lion into the air like a kitten. In addition, even a light blow of the horn on the body of the enemy will cause terrible injuries. Stinging, usually fatal to the enemies of these herbivore giants. But that's not all there is to the mighty beast's arsenal. Rhinos prefer a swift attack, and in this they have reached the pinnacle of skill. You wouldn't expect them to be so nimble, but an adult rhino can change quickly by turning and shaking to lead an enemy or simply trample him. Powerful and very tough skin acts as a natural body armor, resisting claw blows and even the most experienced male lions. Even a rhino can crush a group of several lions and lionesses. And if there are two herbivores, they will effectively protect and cover each other. Although in exceptional cases, lions can defeat such an opponent, as you see, it does not apply in this case. The rhinoceros is clearly winning here, and the lions are just lucky to avoid their thrusts. Normally, rodents are the usual prey of snakes, but this rat must be related to Master Splinter. Dodge the cobra snake. He even reveals his hood, which he does not do for hunting, but for self-defense. In doing so, the rat does not run away, but counterattacks one of the most venomous snakes on the planet, specializing specifically in rodents. The fox is prey for the dog. Some breeds have even been bred specifically to hunt foxes, dachshunds for example. And while this funny dog can fight a fox in its den, this big black dog can tear its opponent apart in about 3 seconds, except that the dog does not know who it is dealing with. Foxes are incredibly fast and nimble animals. This red-haired predator drives like a race car. The fox may not be the fastest animal in the world, but its ability to accelerate is incredible. The fox is also able to change direction quickly due to its light weight. This, combined with its natural agility and maneuverability, makes it practically a squeeze. But the main thing is still the cunning of the red-haired predator. Keep in mind, the fox is not into panic running away from a great dog, but analyzes the movements of his enemy and reacts in time. Has the dog stopped? Then so can the fox. The dog has gone on the attack, so the fox retreats. A great hunting dog is about 3 times the size of its opponent and can break the fox's neck if it grabs it. But it looks like this chase is just a game to the redhead. In fact, not only is the fox having fun as an adrenaline junkie biker, it also uses stealth to save energy, calculating precisely the trajectory of its enemy and stopping when the dog does. The fox saves the most energy. It is steady, but not indefinitely. Therefore, it is important that you do not panic and try to run away from the pursuer. After all, there may be an ambush of other dogs or a hunter with a gun ahead. The fox understands this and will not allow it to be chased like a rabbit chasing its prey. The rabid dog runs again and again to try to catch his prey, but cannot get to the beast because it is so nimble. But then it happens, something amazing. When the dog is tired of running so much, you can turn your back on the fox, a big mistake. The tiny beast may not be a super fighter, but it is not afraid to attack its abuser if the opportunity presents itself. The fox ends up grabbing the dog's scent with its fangs. The dog reacts instantly, but the red-headed beast dodges even at this close range. The dog has learned its lesson and will no longer neglect this opponent. Here, a fox practically trolls a huge kangal. This breed is one of the strongest herding dogs in the world. 3 kangas can fight a bear. A fox should tremble and panic at the mere sight of such a mighty foe, right? Well, no. This cunning wild hunter immediately saw that the kangal was chained. That's why, in front of the dazed heavy dog, the fox calmly surveys the area, running back and forth as if to taunt the enemy. The kangal rushes forward, but there is nothing he can do. The chain is taut. The fox also takes his chances as he has not measured the length of the chain. But reaction speed does not fail the wild predator and dodge the fangs of his opponent. By the way, yes, want to know more about the stronger dog breeds? Write about it in the comments. A huge hippo attacked a group of rhinos. A true battle of the titans as both species are excellent fighters. The hippo and the rhino weigh almost exactly the same, about 3 tons. That's cool, right? They have great protection. The rhino's skin is as hard as a shell, and the hippo's is smooth and thick. Rhinos have horns and hippos have powerful jaws with long fangs. However, the hippo is much more aggressive, and at first it seems that it is going to win because of the pressure it puts on its opponents. The hippo stands for a long time in front of his opponent and threatens him with his jaws. They seem to be able to accommodate his opponent's entire head, but the hippo thinks it is too much. Rhinos are not meant to be messed with, especially if they are protecting their family. When the hippo lunged at him, at first he was able to push him, but then the rhino turned around and showed the hippo who was boss around here. The fearsome blow with the upside-down horn is a staple in the rhino's arsenal, but how effective is it? The hippo panicked, realizing his mistake too late, and nearly gutted him. His skin barely resisted the blow. However, the pain of this rhinoceros attack will make the hippo treat his neighbors with more respect. Cheetahs are the fastest on the planet, but that doesn't make them invulnerable. This is where the cheetah family met the lions. Powerful males are about 4 times as heavy, so it's no surprise that they are twice as slow as cheetahs. But don't underestimate their agility and fast acceleration. These cheetahs let their enemies get too close and they paid the price. A lone cheetah takes a couple of seconds to reach top speed, but lions didn't give their rivals the time they needed. When the cheetah had just gained speed, the lion had already pounced on him like a real battering ram. The huge cat knocked his rival to the ground, instantly dropping him to the ground. The cheetah fought back, trying to hit the lion with its claws on the muzzle, but the larger cat had a huge advantage in strength. The lion quickly crushed the enemy with powerful claw strikes before violently breaking its neck with a bite of its strong jaws. The other cheetahs had to retreat, especially since there were 2 male lions. They demonstrated before the runners who was the most dangerous predator in the area. Which of these cases of a powerful beast facing unexpectedly heavy combat shocked you the most? Epic battles or humorous gunfights with a funny ending? Share your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you soon.